Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you guys how I make a Kumihimo bracelet. This is the pattern that we'll be working on today. It's a twisted round bracelet and it consists of two different colors. So that's a pattern that we'll be working on today. To make this bracelet, you're going to need two different colors. And what I've already done here is I've cut the string each at about 40 inches. And so you'll want to make sure that each of the strings are 40 inches each. And what I like to do is I like to fold them in half. And then I tie an overhand knot at the top. So that's the start of our bracelet here. So that's ready for our when we start the bracelet. And I want to go over the Kumihimo board now. So this Kumihimo board I purchased at Walmart, and you can find yours at like your local craft store, Michael's, even on Amazon. They're pretty inexpensive, but I do recommend this just because I find that the actual bracelet itself is a lot more consistent. I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. So this bracelet here, I used a Kumihimo board or a disc. And I noticed that the tension throughout the entire bracelet is consistent. There aren't any weird like bumps or gaping holes. And I noticed that like with this cardboard one, and this is very different, I'd say, it has 8 slots. However, it does serve its purpose, but I do notice that like sometimes the tension throughout the bracelet is a little bit different. You might end up with spaces, and even the tension might be a little bit different because it's cardboard. It's not as like tight. So the foam is perfect. I feel like the tension throughout is consistent, so I do recommend one of these. The one that we'll be using today is a 32 slot disc. There's other ones out there that consists of 8 slots. Some of them have 64 slots, but for this particular pattern, we're going to need the 32 slot one. Now, you'll notice that this disc has a hole in the center. It has markers on the 32, 24, 16, and also the 8th slot, and that'll help us when we first start our bracelet. So now what we'll do is we'll bring our string back, and we're going to separate all the colors, or I guess there's only 2 colors, so we're going to separate both colors from each other, and we're going to place the overhand knot in the center of the Kumihimo board. Now what we'll do is you'll notice that I'm just going to try to keep the disc in this direction. We're going to place the colors directly across from one another. So I'm going to place the yellow on the 16th slot like that. I'm going to place the other 2 yellow string on the 32 slot, so they're directly across from one another, so you guys can see that. Now the 2 reds will go on the 8th and also the 24th slot. There we go. So everything is nice and tight now. Now we will start our bracelet. So there's 3 steps to this bracelet. And so 3 steps. And the first step here is grabbing the 2nd string on the top and bringing it directly across to the bottom. And that becomes our 3rd string. And now what we'll do is we're going to grab our first of the 3 strings and bring it directly across to the top. And that'll become our 1st string on the top. And then we do a quarter turn to the left, and that's also a counterclockwise turn, and then we'll continue with the next set of strings. So we're going to bring the 2nd string here at the top and bring it directly across to the bottom, and then we bring the 1st string on the bottom directly across to the top, and that becomes our 1st string. And then we continue again, left turn, and then we grab the 2nd string, bring it down below, 1st string, bring it to the top. And then we just continue this same pattern until we've achieved our desired length for the bracelet. And once you've done a couple of turns and a couple of, shifting the strings across from one slot to the other, you'll notice that the chain will start developing on the very bottom here. Now I've already started a bracelet here, and you'll see that this is the chain that we're left with. So this is a chain that you're going to develop and create as you continue creating this pattern. And yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys how to make that bracelet. Super simple. It just 3 steps, and I wanted to give you guys 2 tips. So when it comes to putting this disc aside and not wanting to finish it in one sitting, I would recommend putting, I'm just going to put this back to its normal slot. I would suggest grabbing the second string, which is our first step, and bringing it directly across to the bottom, and that's now your third string, and leaving it in that position so that when you come back to the disc, you just know that the 3 are always on the bottom, and then you could just continue by from where you left off from. So basically you'd continue from the second step by bringing the first to the top and then doing the left turn. So that would be it. And then the other step, or the other tip I wanted to give you guys, is to make sure that you just check your chain every now and then, just because the length might vary. So it's a very tight bracelet, and if you kind of tug, you'll notice that it stretches out. And so I noticed that for the first couple of bracelets that I made, I measured my wrist, but I didn't actually know that it was going to stretch out. So I would definitely suggest kind of stretching it out a little bit every now and then throughout, so that you know what length you're going to be left off with, and that it'll actually fit your wrist comfortably, unless you're going for like an anklet, for example. So that's it for today, guys. If you have any other questions on Kumihimo discs and bracelet making, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.